Chicago Fire is losing two main cast members, and more are potentially set to depart the long-running NBC drama. Actors leaving is nothing new for One Chicago, which also comprises Chicago Med and Chicago PD. However, shifts in the ensemble have been more common for the past few seasons, as budget restrictions have occasionally impacted how the stories unfold on screen. Deadline reports that Daniel Keary and Jake Lockett are not expected to return to Chicago Fire if the procedural drama is renewed for season 14. Keary, who plays Daniel Ritter, has been with the show since season 7. Lockett, a relatively more recent addition in the role of Sam Carver, has been with Chicago Fire since season 11. The exits come ahead of likely renewals for NBC's Wolf Entertainment dramas, which include Law and Order, though those renewals may include cuts to the budget. The departures of Keary and Lockett are reportedly part of an overall effort to downsize budgets across the board. The long-running firefighter procedural, in particular, is looking ahead at negotiations with several veteran Chicago Fire cast members. As these negotiations unfold and renewal talks continue between NBC and production studio Universal Television, there could be more departures across all 5 Wolf Entertainment shows that air on NBC. That would also mean Law and Order, SVU, Chicago Med, and Chicago PD. What the latest cast exits mean for Chicago Fire given that filming continues ahead of a likely renewal for Chicago Fire season 14. Ritter and Carver are expected to get proper send-offs for their characters. During their time on the show, both firefighters faced different personal and professional struggles. The hit procedural, which remains strong in the ratings, both in terms of streaming and traditional viewing, has generally had to maneuver around changes to the cast. It was previously reported that the NBC show was reducing the number of episodes each main cast member was required to appear in as a way of addressing the budget. The latest update takes it a step further, noting that there may well be more departures across all of the shows that comprise the Dick Wolf universe. Those shows cross over from time to time and share a history. They could look markedly different if, as reports continuously suggest, renewals are imminent. Further casting news could trickle out in the coming weeks and months, with negotiations continuing. Our take on the Chicago Fire exit. Chicago Fire may be a hit, but network television isn't what it was even a decade or so ago. Though still a success and still reliable, money from advertising that networks rely on is continually at risk. This leads networks to negotiate with studios over keeping the shows they want, albeit at a lower price. These, in return, get reflected in the on-screen changes that have also affected dramas like Grey's Anatomy on ABC and the FBI franchise on CBS. Ritter and Carver's exits will leave gaps in Firehouse 51's roster, but the show has weathered cast changes before. Major departures, such as Jess Spencer's Matt Casey and Taylor Kinney's temporary exit in season 11, were handled with varying degrees of success. The challenge now is maintaining the ensemble's chemistry while introducing new faces, something the series has managed well in the past. Additionally, if more veterans leave, the show could undergo a significant tonal shift. Original cast members like Eamon Walker, Chief Bowden, and David Eigenberg, Christopher Herman, have been foundational to the series' success. If budget negotiations lead to further departures, Chicago Fire may need to rely more heavily on newer characters, altering its dynamic. The bigger picture for Dick Wolf's franchises, NBC's Wolf Entertainment dramas, Chicago Fire, Chicago PD, Chicago Med, and the Law and Order series, are all reportedly under financial scrutiny. While these shows remain ratings performers, the network is pushing for cost efficiencies, which could mean more cast reductions across the board. For fans, this raises concerns about the future of long-running characters. Could Chicago PD's Voight, Jason Begg, or Med's Dr. Charles, Oliver Platt, be next? While nothing has been confirmed, the pattern suggests that no role is entirely safe. Final thoughts. Chicago Fire remains one of NBC's most reliable hits, but the television landscape is changing. The departures of Keary and Lockett signal a new phase for the series, one where financial realities may dictate storytelling more than ever. While the show has proven resilient in the past, the coming seasons will test its ability to evolve without losing the heart of what makes it work. As negotiations continue, fans should brace for more potential exits. Yet, if Chicago Fire can maintain its balance of high-stakes action and emotional character drama, it may still have many more seasons left in the tank, even if Firehouse 51 looks a little different moving forward.